Hey guys, welcome back to 2intheAM. It's me, the M from 2intheAM. The one that you miss, the one that you love, the one that you think about at night. And during the day and in the mornings, especially when you're at work and you're hot and sweaty, dribbling with the sweat of today's brow. Welcome back, thank you for listening. We've missed you, you've missed us, we know, we already know. We feel you're missing in the air as we walk through our day-to-day lives, because we parade around as normal people. But you all know that we are crafted by the gods, brought to the humans to make y'all's life better. So, just for y'all, as intended, we're back. We're back for more, to give you more, to make your lives better. Welcome, and here with me again today is the A from 2intheAM.
Hello, welcome back to the show. We have more beer and more things to do. So what we're going to do today is get drunk with a very good friend of ours and discuss all kinds of fun topics that this guy is a specialty in. He's got skills in video editing, audio editing, a little bit of everything. He dabbles in a little bit of design. You name it, the guy's probably done it or is currently doing it. So we're going to go ahead and allow our guest to introduce himself. Go ahead, buddy.
What's poppin' on my slimes and slimettes? It's your boy, OG Ryan De Leviathan, a.k.a. the Latin Genuine, a.k.a. Big Baby Flex, the StretchGod. I'm in the motherfucking building. No, I didn't even need an introduction, but I do thank y'all. Mm-hmm. That's, very thoughtful. That's very thoughtful.
You're welcome. I mean, we wouldn't let royalty such as yourself walk around without an introduction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all pulled out this very nice throne for me.
Yeah, we pull it out.
Cozy. I got the golden top Modelo Especial 1925.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're drinking today. Well, specifically, our guest is drinking that Modelo Especial.
It's got the gold flake seal in the cap.
It's beautiful.
I feel like I'm chosen. That's why I try to stay covered in gold.
All times.
You got to shine like you grew up in a shrine.
What got you on this fucking cerveza kick here with the Modelo and stuff? I believe that you used to always drink Heinekens and shit back when we first started drinking.
So
and you kind of slowly delved into this Mexican cerveza.
So I was on a Heineken kick because, first off, Wu-Tang knocks back Heineken's no issue. Same thing with Kid Cudi. Maybe they knew something that I didn't. Yeah. So I have to try to tap into that sort of knowledge, you know? Right. What did Sergio say on what's that fucking movie? Get him to the Greek. He said, don't be proud of your ignorance.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. Ooh. I feel that.
Damn.
So,
Sean P.
here we are. Sean P. Diddy Combs. I think it's Puffy now.
I thought it was just Puff.
Or Dirty Money.
Dirty Money. The rap names are real. What are some of your aliases? Can you give us some examples?
Damn, I just gave like 4.
Can you give me some more? Come on,
damn, man.
The game is so big. I mean,
okay, I'm gonna try to think of a fresh one.
All right, come on, let's make one up on the fly.
Galaxy Sinclair.
Beautiful, wow. I love it.
Can you give one to us?
I want to hear that single.
Can you if you had to give us rap names, based off how we look and how we act, what would Matt's be?
I got big game in the streets. That's just big facts.
Matt's more like a Big Dusty.
God.
Big Dusty.
Big Dusty. Dude?
Big Dusty. It's a term. It's a term of endearment.
Hey, can we go ahead and move on to the next thing? I don't really like this.
No, Dusty. No, Dusty. Let the man talk.
It's Big Dusty, not Little Dusty or regular sized Dusty. It's Big Dusty,
not medium sized Dusty.
Hey, well, it's kind of like Dirt Dusty.
We're both Dusty?
Musty Dusty.
Musty and Dusty.
So I'm Musty and he's Dusty.
Dusty and the Must God.
Damn.
Hey, Dusty and the Must God.
Call me Elon Musk, bro.
Oh, shit, dude. We need to just come up with rap names tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. It's all practice. All you got to do is practice.
Nah, bro. Jolene is forever. Like I keep.
He's really holding on to Jolene.
It's beautiful.
It's simple.
Monocle,
it's attractive to all.
They get there. Dolly Parton knows it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean,
imagine I just slow down that song and just that's my beat when I come in, dude.
I can do that.
Chopped and screwed Dolly Parton, and I'm just there killing it. That's me, bitch.
Yeah.
Start kicking doors down and shit,
Jolene.
Gun sounds, barking dogs, all the bullshit, classic rap music.
Yeah. I'm about that action.
Dolly Parton and rap.
Yeah,
I think I can
he's
sample
the Dolly
it.
Parton of rap.
Ooh, I think. Ooh.
Jolene, the Dolly Parton of rap. What's up?
Ooh.
Spicy, I know.
That's a hard candy Christmas right there.
That's a hard candy Christmas. I like that. I haven't heard that. That's original.
He's
Good
dripping
job.
molasses.
Off the asses.
People from the South know what I mean. It's Jolene.
Jolene. Make a pretty girl sing.
Is like chopped and screwed music still prevalent now in
So-
West Texas? I haven't heard anything
If I may-
new of it.
If I may, I am in no means an expert,
Right.
but
I believe it's by no means.
what did I say?
In no means?
Shit, I've heard it both ways.
Ooh.
Deal.
So they got rid of the chopped and screwed. Now they call it reverb slowed to perfection. 432 hertz. 10-hour loop.
Bet. Yeah. No, I heard that.
It's whitewashed.
I listened to every single fucking track on that one.
It is gentrified. Yeah, easy. It's the same shit,
Well,
just called differently.
that's certainly not nice.
The thing that had set chopped and screwed apart was whenever DJ Screw was doing it, he was mixing Texas rappers
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Texas rap's very like that's a sound. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's very much a
I will
sound.
say I do know that a lot of like kind of upcoming and recent newer Texas rappers do, they still do like chopped and screwed songs or whatever, where they'll just jump on a chopped and screwed beat or whatever. And, it's probably not something that's going to land on their album, but they will just put it out there. They may do it at like a concert or whatever, just kind of show off and be like, I'm repping the South, I'm repping Texas, I'm repping, whatever it may be. But I do overall feel like it has just kind of died out. Like that was an era, you know what I mean? And it's not so prevalent today.
So similar to how whenever like house music was made, it was originally like a black thing. Black people were the ones that invented house music. However, it was popular. Larry Heard, Mr. Fingers. Yeah, it's just a black DJ, and it's just some of the most housey, trancey type. Like boom, kick, boom, So kind of in the same sense with chopped and screwed, black people found a sound. People liked it. They didn't realize that, they don't want to give credit where credit's due. Black people created the air conditioner. It was a black person that created the air conditioner.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you
I'm
that.
super duper white. I only know like fucking the inventor of like, I guess, electricity, which is not even necessarily the real, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's just.
And every person who's like accredited with inventing this it's like, well, they didn't really invent it, but they invented a usable version or the most usable version.
A way
it's like, well,
to
that
harness.
doesn't really work.
A way to harness. And so, yeah, a lot of stuff gets lost in that sort of sauce, just.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you guys say that like chopped and screwed is dying out, I know
I'm
that.
not saying it's not. I just haven't heard anything new. Like,
I mean,
it
that's
hasn't-
essentially my thing. Is
It's
like,
not an up and coming genre anymore.
No.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, like that was a thing. You would go to like the mall, and they would have those shops where they sell big, oversized T-shirts and mixtapes with like printed out album art and shit,
Yeah.
and on a burned CD. And like, I haven't seen that in such a long time.
Throwed music.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, a perfect example.
And
I haven't seen any of that.
this goes to say, like, they still do that. Like, a dude that I worked with, his rap name or whatever was like Lil Drew, and he's actually pretty good. I guess they have like, Screwed Up Click, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess now it's second generation Screwed Up Click. It's like whoever the fuck's
whatever the name of it
took
is.
over it, and now they do it's second gen. But this dude like raps for them, and it's it's chopped and screwed music and stuff, or it's that southern Texas music, like Houston style shit, and that's his style of rapping. To me, I hear his rapping, it's good, but I'm like, oh, that sounds old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I grew up with, and I know that rap is a lot different now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
it just that's kind of the marker to me that shows that it's not as relevant today as it was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Or really 20 years ago now. 15 or so. But yeah, like, so I know it still exists. It's still like a thing, and people still do actively look for it and do it, but it's not something you're going to hear blowing up.
It's not going to be on the charts.
Yeah,
it never really was. The thing about it,
anywhere that is going to make you super filthy rich. You'll make money doing it, but you're never going to be like Drake or fucking whoever's fucking
that's
garbage
going
ass.
mainstream though. That's
Well,
a
yeah,
different
but
kind of.
that's going mainstream is like a legitimate marker of like, hey, this genre of music is so desirable that somebody's gonna go. You know what I mean?
So the thing about it is, Chopped and Screwed was kind of born and raised in the underground scene.
Right.
That's where it thrived.
It was kind of wanting to stay there.
You're not going to pack out a stadium with just Chopped and Screwed music, but you will pack out a basement show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you might fucking have to tear the building down, if you get it fucking bumping enough,
Yeah.
And another thing that I feel is with why Chopped and Screwed isn't really prevalent nowadays, there's a lot of gatekeeping around it. A lot of purists, so you would say, you guys are trying to mimic Screw. Oh, you guys are trying to mimic the Chop Stars.
They don't want to let they don't want to let it open
New
up,
blood. Yeah, they don't.
But that's holding them back in a sense, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
That's
But
them
does it not keep
low.
the sound clean though? Like, I mean,
but not so much.
can you imagine if just any kind of generic sound can just?
I would say Paul Wall is likely the biggest example of somebody kind of jumping out of the Chopped and Screwed kind of era. If you want to go as far as to say that, he's a big name. You know what I mean? He makes good money. He still features on many big rappers today's songs and stuff. But he kind of started off as more of like a Chopped and Screwed rapper. You know what I mean? But he's always a feature. He's never the headliner. He's never. And you know what I mean? People will go and see his thing. It's just his fan base. But he's the only example I could think of that's like, I'll go out there. I'll bring in the crowd or whatever. Other than him, can't really think of any others except for like, maybe Zero or somebody like that. Just kind of hanging on. And even then, like, I don't hear anybody saying, oh, I'm going to a fucking Zero concert tomorrow. And it's going to be like in a stadium or something like that,
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so a few points on that. One of the reasons you won't see Zero filling out a stadium, you won't even see Zero on BET. And he says it in the song because he'll start throwing hands, on set, on stage.
Yeah, he's not
a
very...
Yeah, like,
He's not very sociable.
It's a thing to rap, but it's another thing to be an appearance. The appearance of a rapper,
Well, yeah, and I kind of get that too.
So that's why you won't see Zero packing out a stadium. He kind of doesn't want that. Another thing is a good amount of these rappers that are actually from like the streets and the hood that, got their money from drugs and stuff like that. Some of them make more money selling drugs than they do from rap.
Certainly, unless they're like packing out super stupid stadiums, and in which case they're probably making somebody else's music.
In which case, they're probably going to get patted down by security. There's a lot of variables when it comes to making moves in the music industry. Variables that I myself don't even understand.
Right.
Some that
that's a whole nother.
Yeah, it's its own universe, and people move. It's evolving. Especially with like the streaming era, that kind of fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, it's kind of like if I can get enough views and go viral, shit, I'm gonna make it. It's a whole nother thing now. Social media,
yeah, and
things like SoundCloud and shit. It's a whole new era.
Touching back to what you had said about the persona, the rappers, trying to maintain a persona that they don't actually live anymore.
Yeah,
I think something along those lines fits between persona and then the person. So for another rap instance, Nas has been in the game. He says in the song himself, I've been rich longer than I've been broke, I admit. And which is true. But that doesn't change who Nas was,
Right.
Same thing with Jay-Z. He's been a mogul probably longer than he was selling drugs, Right. But that doesn't really... The way people like Nas and Jay-Z have been successful is they evolve. Or, the goal is to evolve. So if you're going to do trap stuff entirely, you're going to have to change your sound up to keep people interested. Right. Because if not, they can just run your old stuff and it's going to sound like the new stuff. So evolving, as with being a human being, is how we can move forward. Especially when it comes to music and stuff. So when you see these new cats, the one like Lil Pump, for example, and stuff like that, what is he really doing? Like, he's got money. He's got more money than me. But he's not actually doing anything. Yeah. You know? I'm
just putting out tracks and people like it.
I don't even think that's the case. I think in an instance of that, clout. The controversy behind it. He says something outrageous. That's what gets people clicking on the article. That's what gets people clicking on the headlines.
But I mean, you also gotta sit back and think like he had to gain that clout before it would have even mattered. I can go on fucking Facebook and say some retarded ass shit. Nobody's gonna give a fuck because I don't have like some kind of carrying. My name doesn't carry any weight. You know what I mean? And so he had to gain that kind of following and a powerful following before it mattered. In which case, you know, that's kind of a lot of people, like, whether it be rapping, whether it be like streaming, whether it be whatever, podcasting even, you know, like we fucking suck at it. But people gain this crazy following, and whenever they do, it kind of leans more towards it matters what they say. And they could say something just specifically for clout, or it also turns to the other corner where it's like, hey, I'm just going to say some controversial shit, or I can't say this because cancel culture, or, you know, I'll lose followers, or I have to act a certain way and show a certain persona to keep my followers, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And, you know, it gets a little rough around those edges. But.
So I think in the beginning, for someone who is a clout rapper, at the very beginning, how they got most of their heat, I think it's important that you have to have a team. You have to have a group of people with similar beliefs who all believe in a certain goal. And really all it takes is just a room full of people. And then that can spread like wildfire, you know, if you're singing to the right people.
In general, they have to be like kind of active people, you know?
Yes, yeah. And so that's why it's always good to like keep a team around you that's trying to do things.
Yeah.
And that, touching back when I said, you know, people with goals.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that definitely helps out a lot. If you're going to preach to a room, you don't want to preach to a quiet room.
Definitely.
You know?
You want to preach to a room full of ears, not a room full of,
true.
You know.
And so I believe that's how someone can get an initial following. And then next step is to put your reach out. Try to get the city behind you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
There's a lot of things that go into it. And what I said, just having a team that follows you, that's just one element. There's a lot of tools at your disposal. Yeah. So something else that you can, as far as like watching what you say, cancel culture, it's not really important what you say. It's important what you stick by.
Do you remember what I was telling you earlier when we were driving around? I was like, you know what? If I ever do get famous or something ever does happen for me, it's going to be gone quick. I'm going to get canceled real fast.
Yeah. And
I don't know how to watch my fucking mouth at all. I'm really fucking bad about it.
Very true.
Yeah. No, I am generally, like, in public, I will say some fucked up shit all the time. And not mean it in a fucked up way, but I grew up on a generation of watching Jackass and fucking shit like that. You know, I'm from a very fucked up era of time. My heroes were like WWE wrestlers and like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Metalheads and dudes doing backflips on motorcycles. Like, I don't give a shit about your opinions at all. Sometimes it's easier to not give a fuck, but I get what you mean about the like, it does bother me to think I could just one day say something that to me is harmless or just irrelevant as fuck. And the next thing I know, it could be this wildfire of you're exploiting people and you're terrible and you're fucking
misogynist.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, you know, it's people will try to pick and pull what you actually say, but the thing that's going to matter to you most is what you stick by. Hey, I did say that. Hey, hell yeah, I said that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whenever I'm doing like a songwriting process, I think that out. Like, what's something that I want people to hold me accountable for? I'm going to put my name on this. Whenever I do songwriting, my goal is to not even curse in these songs, like straight bars. No cursing. That's a challenge.
Bro, you're pulling a chameleon there, bro.
That's how I challenge myself mentally. It's easy for me to just say, oh, blah, 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 fuck, oh, blah, 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 shit, you know, la, la, la. That's not a challenge, but it's a challenge to actually fill in those gaps with something clever,
yeah, it
you know?
definitely is. I mean, I couldn't imagine going through a whole podcast without cursing. I've thought about it for like whatever holiday.
We tried once.
Yeah.
Matt's even like, hey, well, let's try and clean up our act, and we just, it didn't happen.
Yeah, we were just so bad. We
It
instantly
did
started
not
talking
happen.
about titties and titty milk, and we made the music, and it was beautiful music, but, well, it's not beautiful. It's bad music, but
If it's beautiful to you, that's all that really fucking matters.
it felt great making it.
If
That's
you're-
all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Actually, when we put out those songs, we made them in the moment, and that was just a lot of fun. Like, it was generally just fun. That was probably one of the most creative things we did with the podcast, too.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been good music had we thought about it like more than 2 minutes before actually doing the thing.
But if
And
we thought about
didn't.
it too much, we wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't have come out how it did.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And
it was
and
an in-the-moment thing. It was
we're happy
wonderful.
with that, you know?
The thing is, like I said, if you stick by it, if y'all are proud of what y'all made, that's all that fucking matters. It doesn't matter what the contact is. You can, what was there was like Space T-Rex?
Space Rex, bro.
Space
Yeah.
Rex.
And
Farming
titty
out
milk.
there on the moon.
I couldn't tell you what it was about, but I know that you guys enjoyed making it. Y'all were proud of it to, you know, to air it and stuff.
It's mostly carried by our guitarist.
Yeah.
He was just
Shout
really
out to
good.
young Jerry. Little J-Rod.
Old J-Rod. The real OG. Born after us, but the oldest of G's.
Yes, and so yeah, 'cause, you know, like if y'all are proud of what y'all did,
Yeah.
y'all aired it.
I enjoyed it.
It doesn't matter if they like it or not. If you like it, and then that energy translates well, people know that you guys were happy to do this.
Well, I mean, that could be an example of, like, clout music, you know? If people listen to this and they're like, this is complete garbage. Bitch, tell me about it. I want to hear that in the comments. Fucking say something.
Let me think, because I know you guys will know very well in this subject. Think about all the metal and rock songs that y'all know. Stinkfist.
Yeah.
It's the sexiest song I know.
Finger deep inside the borderline.
Elbow
You know, like,
deep inside of the borderline.
It doesn't matter what the song is about. He was proud of it, and it fucking slaps. That energy goes well.
That's actually a really good example of that.
Yeah, and that's just one. There's hella examples. Pussifer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
The entire Pussifer album. Yeah, I was just referring to the what was the name of that? It was like, V is for Vagina or something is the name of the album.
There totally is another
I
Pussifer
think that was
album
like
out
their
there.
first one. I
Yeah.
think they have like a few actually now. They
V is for Vagina was the one that looked like the airline fucking guide, right? Is that the one that you opened it up and it had like the dude taking the oxygen mask off his kid and putting it on himself? It was
I
like
don't
this
know.
fucked up airline guide. Yeah, I have to look that up.
I only remember it was something about bees, but I think it was like one of the singles.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it doesn't matter what the song is about if you are willing to stick by it, put your name on it, be proud of it, you know. That's what's most important with things like that. And yeah, like I'm saying, those are just two examples. This is nothing new.
Yeah.
This isn't a generational thing. As long as there's always been music, you know.
Trying to switch up on you real quick.
We're having a really good deep conversation.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. However, we need to get a little ratchet on
This
the
is true.
sheets.
So,
you know what I mean?
And with that being said, I'm gonna take a
We're
good
trying to be
chug.
the WAP of podcasts instead of the, you know,
Oh, I'm in on this.
instead of like Starlito or Don Trip.
Audience, listen to me gasp.
Wow.
He said the WAP of podcast. Hey, that's Grammy material right there.
Yeah,
That's
Grammy
Grammy winning material right
We're
there.
throwing ass, and it's dripping wet. Get in here.
Get a mop and a bucket for this wet ass
Nah,
podcast.
you need two for this wet ass podcast.
Abel don't cook, he don't clean.
He certainly does not. He barely knows how to operate a Swiffer.
Hey, I clean. I don't cook though. I don't cook, man.
Oh shit.
Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask you guys, or let me ask you, Matt. Actually, I was talking to Ryan about this. I am not allowed in the kitchen inside of the house because I am a terrible fucking cook, and I don't feel like it's necessary for me to ever learn how. And I get a lot of shit for that, especially from our friends who cook. Which, I mean, you do it for a living, so.
You can get have credit for this, but alright.
Well, no, this is fact. I'm a terrible fucking cook. I don't belong in the fucking kitchen. How do I go about learning how to cook? Should I learn how to cook? And how do I go about doing it?
I'm going to give one quick question. I need your answer, and then I can go on from this. Are you completely satisfied with your wife's cooking?
Absolutely. And my friends' cooking. Like, you guys all cook fantastic. Like, I can just have you all make food for me. I don't need to make food. Or I'll go buy food because I have a job.
Well, then I will say that, yeah, stay the fuck out of the kitchen, Abel.
I'm terrible.
While it's certainly good to have help in a kitchen, especially when you're good at cooking, such as me, or perhaps your wife, or perhaps most other people, especially ones who live alone. Yeah, but like if you're just actively not good at it and as not good as you say, yeah, dude, you should just stay the fuck out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because your wife's probably has an idea in her head, and this is a big thing that happens in like kitchens, especially owned by multiple people. Like your wife is like, I'm gonna cook this tonight. It's gonna be great, right? So she goes in there, she starts getting to work, she's fucking busy, and then you come in there and you're like, oh, I'll help you cut the tomatoes. And then she's like, you know what, actually? Yeah, go ahead. Cut some shit, because it would help. And then you just fucking do it wrong. And she's like, well...
I probably would. I could probably even fuck
Thanks
that
for
up.
your 15 minutes of help. That actually just made my job harder. So fuck you. You know? It's kind of one of those things. Like, your help would be good if it was actual help, but it's certainly not. So,
yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. And, like, you know, hey, the only problem that I have with that is, like, let's say you want to throw a barbecue at your house. You're celebrating something big.
I'd ask one of you guys to
cook
the meat.
You piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're going to ask me to come and grill all your steaks at your barbecue?
Like, you won't enjoy it?
Are you going to fucking pay me?
You're going to get to eat free steak. And I'll pay you in beer.
Well,
it's a barbecue.
Certainly I'm going to do that. However...
Yeah, fucking shit.
However, did you not offer enough... payment, I would not do that. I would be like, you're a piece of shit, learn to cook yourself. I'll never come to your house for a shitty ass barbecue. But in the instance that, yeah, you know, if you provide proper payment, then yeah, sure, it's fine, no big deal. You're doing great. Yeah. I would say, you know, if there's something simple that you could learn to make, maybe learn to make it and tell your wife, hey baby,
I can make ramen noodles.
Hey baby, you're having a hard time today? I'll make dinner, and then fucking cook some cheese quesadillas, you piece of shit.
Thank you. Your thoughts on this, sir? How are you in the kitchen?
You need like one or two good meals.
So, if I may reference back to what Sergio said and get him to the Greek, don't be proud of your ignorance.
I'm very proud of my ignorance in the kitchen.
Now, that being said, I'm not the greatest person in the kitchen. I know that my skills are limited. However, I do believe that there's also room for improvement. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna nail it. I still fuck up ramen noodles myself. Only because I'm trying to perfect my technique.
Okay. You live alone though, right? No, I don't have that. I don't have that for ramen fucking noodles. I have that for like adult meals like steak and shit.
True.
What is
I can make
you live alone though, right?
Well, I live with my mom and my dog and my plants.
Okay, well, I mean that's fine, but like do you actively cook in your house?
I could.
Is more of what my question was.
I think the biggest issue I have with cooking is the dishes.
Yeah, I
don't like making dishes.
Suck.
I don't like making dishes, so I'm going to try to be real.
One-pan meals are great, and if you can find a good one-pan meal, it's great. However, it requires a certain degree of like cooking precision, and sometimes you just gotta kind of stop and then clean your pan in the middle of whatever you're doing. Be it as it may, you know, if you just fucking make one pan dirty, you're doing great cooking a whole ass meal, especially if it's a good meal.
I also have trouble cooking more than one dish at a time. I try to make chicken Alfredo, you know, from scratch, sauce, noodles.
Oof.
Yeah. And
I know kind of vaguely how, and I'm sure I could, but it's just so much work, it seems like. I like the more simple
cooking
meals.
just seems like work. I just don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. It's just, like, I won't want to eat the food. You go through all that fucking trouble and it's like, great, I don't want this.
It depends. There's like a amount of time that you spend doing it to where you still want to eat it after. It's like you want to eat it more, and then it hits a fucking peak, and then you don't want to you don't give a shit. And then that's when cooking sucks.
I get very disappointed when I spend a lot of effort cooking something only to have it taste bland. I didn't put enough flavor, or the flavor didn't stick for some reason, But in which case, I'd be like, damn, okay, well, I know how not to do it.
Sure. Here's one of my big problems about learning a new recipe is like, I'll Google it or whatever. I'm like, man, this sounds good. It looks good. I want to eat this, right? So I look it up on Google or whatever. I find a recipe for it, right? Almost certainly, every single time I find a recipe, it's what I'm going to call a very white person recipe. So it's like low carbs, low flavor, generally just low flavor. Like they want you to cook the chicken in a way that has like a sprinkle of pepper and like a little dash of salt. And it's like, bitch, I just cooked a pound of chicken. I need this shit to taste like fucking good. I don't want to just eat chicken. If I just wanted it to have no flavor, I'd fucking cook it with no seasoning. And it seems to be a big problem with online recipes. However,
damn, so aggressive.
No, look, I have a fucking big problem with this, bro.
You in the kitchen.
I have to.
This is the issue.
Here's the serious thing, though. What you got to do is you have to find a recipe, right? A recipe that you like. You cook it, and you're like, damn, this would be better if I seasoned it up, right? But you cook it, the texture's right, the ingredients are right, everything's right. You cooked it all good. It just didn't hit that flavor spot, right? But what you do is you remember that recipe. So the next time you bake it, you think, man, I'm about to load this bitch up with some garlic salt. So much goddamn garlic salt, and then you do. And goddamn it, you cooked it the same way, but you put the right amount of fucking seasonings because you're an adult person who wants that fucking good flavor on their goddamn chicken. And then you do that, and that's how you find a good recipe. You take these shitty white people recipes, that's what I'm going to call them, they're shitty white people recipes. Because honestly, it's like these Oprah Winfrey fans or whatever kind of shitty, like, Rachel Ray fans that are like, I don't like flavor in my meals, I just like them to have the noodles and the sauce. And it's like, bitch, no, I want my meals to taste like something I fucking want to eat. And that's what you do. But the golden rule is you have to make it by the recipe the first time. Make it by the recipe, it's bland, it's weak, right? However, it's made. Well then, that's whenever you eat it and you take notes in your head, you're like, this is a great recipe, however, I need to add the garlic salt, I need to add the cayenne pepper, I need to add all these seasonings that will certainly make this better. I don't have to cook it different, it's just the amount of salt I put in this bad boy, the amount of butter I use for these noodles, that's what's going to really make it taste good. You know?
I do. And that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. It's rough in these streets, man. But these fucking white people recipes are all the only thing you'll ever find on goddamn Google. And they want to sub in turkey for every goddamn beef.
Season with ketchup, please.
If I want to cook something, I am gonna
season to taste.
I am gonna look up online recipes for it, and I follow them. Because it's like, oh hey, what do I know? These people obviously.
That's the key. You follow the recipe by the book the first time you make it, because that's the control, right? And then after that is when you decide, all right, bitch, this control sucks, but I can make it good. Now that I know how to make it, I can reproduce this in a better way.
What was I lacking from the first time from following the recipe?
Exactly.
Now let me add on to that. So
that's what cooking really is, just copying other people's fucking shit, making it way better.
Yeah, it's true. So, yeah, that's...
I'm glad you guys have insight, because I have zero.
Yeah, Abel kind of tuned out.
No, I was listening. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, I completely... And the fact that you're so... Just listening to him, how pissed off he got talking about... I know. Cooking is a passion. Recipe, cooking is like a passion. If you're not interested in it, you shouldn't do it. And for me, it's like, I'm not... I look at raw chicken and raw meat and I'm like, no, I don't want to eat it.
And cooking is very, very messy. I'm always worried about contaminating my dishware.
Yeah, could you imagine if I just made something for you and then you turn around and got food poisoning? Like, I'd feel fucking awful, man. I couldn't. I would never cook again.
I think I'd feel fucking awful, Abel.
I mean, you'd be pooping. Big poopy pants.
Like a whole lot, bro.
More so than
Y'all
already.
Y'all ever taken the drug mushrooms? The magic mushrooms?
I have, yes.
I have never, and I'll leave it there.
Y'all ever, Abel, have you ever taken the drug mushrooms and then had to poop real bad? Because they're real bad for your tummy.
Bro, they're poison, bro. Like, I have to tell myself. You have to keep in mind, you're not eating these and it's good for, like, you're eating this and it's literally bad for your body.
Bro, you know how it feels to take, like, a good normal pee Like you pee, and it's not like not when you've been holding it in, you gotta really pee, but like just you're like, oh, I think I could go pee, and you go and do it, right?
Yeah.
That's how it feels when you're pooping on mushrooms, except for that, like it's violent. Like it feels like. Think about when you're just so sick and you have to throw up, like one of those moments where you're like, I can't make it to the bathroom, I'm gonna vomit on myself. That's how your butthole feels when you take mushrooms in the wrong kind of way. Yeah, you just vomit out your asshole.
What is the wrong kind of way?
I don't remember where we were. No, it depends on how your body reacts, I guess, or whatever. But sometimes you just get
poison, bro.
You get those mushroom poops, and they're just real violent. I don't know where I was going with this, though. So, I kind of forgot what my thing was. Oh, food. Yeah, your raw chicken. If you fed me raw chicken, that's what it would be like, actually. Except for without the cool tripping part. Except for without the cool, I'm a piece of the earth, and the roots of this mushroom are as though the roots of my veins go through my body to make my soul more at peace with the earth. You would just be sick.
You had something to say?
Oh, yeah. Something gaining popularity nowadays is microdosing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Which as a matter of fact, I've had someone tell me that I should maybe look into it because of my, my mental issues and stuff like that, you know?
What kind of mental issues?
My social anxieties and stuff, and how I always...
You have social anxiety?
I do.
I've watched you fucking dance in a bar full of strangers and just like get down in the middle of a dance floor. That sounds like the biggest load of shit I've ever heard.
Thing is, when I'm not dancing, I dance because it gets me away from having to be around people.
You feel confident when you do it?
You see me dance, I start kicking like a wicked chicken.
You were killing the dance floor at my wedding.
I killed the dance floor,
all you.
And whenever I, have to talk to people, I use it more as a defense mechanism. How can I make this interaction go smooth? Well, let me participate.
Sure, yeah.
I would never see you as having social anxiety at all. That blows my mind.
Every time I come to town, dude. I
know you don't like going to bars and shit.
Yeah,
I know this.
That's why
I'm trying to get you to go out, and you're just like, well, we could just get some beer and go to your place.
I get nervous.
I want to go to the bar like right now?
No. You got beer.
See,
pussies.
The thing is...
No, I kind of get that. I see what you're saying. I will say microdosing is likely not going to be a good thing. It just, to me, I would say it depends on... You said you've never done it. Do it a couple times, then decide. Because you will know if, like, hey, this is good. Because for me, I've microdosed, and... It's not helpful. It just makes me fucking trip balls all over the place, and it's funny. I laugh a lot, but I'm not. What the conversations I may have are more conversations, right? However, what I'm putting into the conversations is nothing of quality. In fact, it will likely get people to look at me.
Mushrooms will probably make you talk out of your ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll make you talk out of your ass in a way that people will look at you and be like, oh, dude, this guy's fucked up. And if you don't tell them what you're fucked up on, they'll likely look at you as like, this guy's just fucking crazy. Or this guy's just fucking weird.
That's the thing. I don't want to do it around people. I just want to do it for personal. So maybe I can learn something about myself.
Or do it with somebody you tend to have really good conversations.
I would need someone to definitely look out for me because I don't know how I would react. I don't know what would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go do mushrooms.
Yeah.
You
and Abel would have.
No, we don't ever do bad drugs ever. We would never do that. Wink, wink.
Mushrooms are vegan.
Aren't mushrooms legal? Yeah, mushrooms are vegan. Yeah,
they're organic.
Colorado. That's where microdose. That's where all this microdose
Colorado
is picking up. Is they're releasing psychedelics as uses for antidepressants and things like that. But Colorado is leading the charge on that right now.
So, as a very experienced psychedelic user, yeah, I mean, it has its benefits. It just depends, bro. Like, if you're trying to
all about the setting, I think.
If you're trying to walk through life tripping all the time, you're not gonna do it right.
Yeah, your life's
now, if you want to trip and be like, I now have a new understanding of life, that's different, okay?
That's
if you want to trip and
what
be
I'm
just trying to go a little bit crazy just to kind of relieve all my pent-up craziness, absolutely, homie. Have a great 6 hours and then sleep and then wake up the next day and be like, damn, that was really exciting and really fun. I'm not going to do that for the next month, at least. Hopefully not the next 3 years.
I think the most that I can get out of it is I learned something about it. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm doing it for character. And so I definitely just want to activate different parts of my brain because I feel like my brain has been kind of just at a plateau as of late, especially during the pandemic, but even more so I noticed it before the pandemic, you know? I haven't been my creative self, so that's why I kind of just push myself.
Deluxe are fantastic for creativity.
Yeah.
And
And
I would say keep it.
They will very much stimulate different parts of your mind that don't normally have any lights on at all.
that's what I need because I feel like I can't even do the shit that I used to do when I was younger. Like, and I mean that like.
It very much stimulates a different part of your brain that isn't normally fucking lit up, like, at all.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we all took ecstasy at that fucking show? What was it, Life in Color?
Yeah,
it was,
I remember that.
It was RoboCop, the
giant robot.
Oh shit! Yeah, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
I only saw the.
That's not the first time I saw that.
I still think about the fucking. You guys had never taken ecstasy before.
I had taken it. I was doing that for clout at that point in time. Admittedly, I was clout.
I knew fucking J-Boy and E-Money. I figured I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to babysit all you guys. But then once it was like, well, Johnny's girlfriend's here. It's like, cool. She's in charge. I'm taking 2 hits. Fuck you guys. I'll see you later.
Right. I'm gonna go disappear where you can't talk to me.
I literally did that. I took off with my camera and fucking disappeared.
Yeah, he legit disappeared. See, I couldn't do that, dude. I hate raves.
I love it.
I hate raves.
I've only been to one actual kind of rave. And
Festivals.
It sucked dick. And I took a bunch of ecstasy. I took like 3 hits of ecstasy, but it was really bad ecstasy and it sucked. Actually, I don't want to go into too much details, but we will talk about it later. I think you might have heard the story, but I certainly know Abel has.
Yeah.
I pretty much almost got beat up, not because I was fucked up, but because somebody else was fucked up. I just, in my opinion, that was the first time I ever just kind of raw dogged ecstasy super hard and was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to get fucked up. I'd done ecstasy a few times prior. In every case I've ever done ecstasy, it's not a strong drug.
Ooh.
I will say, when you do mushrooms, bro, or acid, it can be strong or not strong. It's fucking powerful. You know, it will change your mind on almost anything you think about. You won't be hungry. You will certainly be excited about what you're excited about. I don't know. Maybe good things, maybe bad things. My main advice for anybody who's tripping is to avoid like bad thoughts is like, it's really easy, okay? So you're tripping, and especially in your first time, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna trip and I'm gonna have a bad trip, right? That's what's always on everybody's mind whenever they take drugs.
That goes back to like, you have to have a good setting. You can't just take drugs anywhere and with anyone.
For one, it's that.
You have to have a good
yeah.
connection with the environment, with the people around.
That's the main
like,
thing.
if you do drugs, like hard drugs like that with someone you don't know, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, and I've been there, and it's...
Or if you're taking them at some
it's
dude's
certainly
house,
uncomfortable,
it's like,
yeah.
shit, I don't know where I am, I don't...
That's the main thing. You wanna set
zone.
your own comfort zone, right?
The bubble.
On top of that, you gotta realize, bro, you're tripping, and it's really easy to change your own mind. Like, you can just look at something and be like, oh no, this is scary, this is bad, these shadows are not good. I'm gonna go touch that fuzzy, super sweet little fuzzy thing out there. I'm gonna go cuddle my dog, which you probably shouldn't touch your animals while you're tripping, but, you know, something that brings you just happiness, and you will certainly notice once you start tripping, like, I like to do this, I like to do this, this is the best thing I've ever seen. If you're having a bad trip, go bust open a glow stick and literally just cut the top off and sling it around everywhere. Sure, it's going to be a fucking cleanup in the morning, but you will completely change your bad mood into a fucking fantastic mood. And you just got to be aware of your mood control. It doesn't take much. It's literally like, I don't like this, and you can keep going down that tunnel, or you can take a fork in the road and say, I'll go to Light Town.
You take a breather? Ad break. Oh, yeah, actually, we need to break for an ad.
Hi, this is Abel with 2intheAM.
Are you tired of just the everyday, day-to-day? You wake up in the morning, you just think, damn, I'm so sick of it. You know, sometimes life takes some funny turns, and when you take a look around, you can realize there's one thing. You only have one wife. So what you should do is get you a second wife. This is secondwife.com. Look, man, imagine if you will, your wife has all this help. Not only is there one person to help around with all the shit at the house, but there's two. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. Bottom line, if you think having one wife is great, can you imagine having two? Your second wife can take care of everything else that the first one doesn't. Get yourself a second wife and get yourself a better life. Secondwife.com. I thought I'd ask you, since we like to get our guests in on like a good story about a good time when they were really fucked up. You got any? Of course. Yeah, or even just generally, like, do you have a really good fucking drunk story, like something that you think when you think about, man, I was fucked up and I did this stupid thing? Like, you got one in specific that stands out?
I don't know if good is the word I would say.
Well, yeah, think about the most specific.
But I can tell you one time when I was just very belligerent.
Hit me.
I was working at the Honda house. Me and my coworker, I'll just call him Jay. He's like, hey, let's head on over to Fast Eddie's. We'll just grab a few drinks. I'm like, dude, today kicked my ass. Fuck yeah, we're going to Fast Eddie's. So we go. We start playing some pool. I probably have a beer to start with, but after that beer, it switches over to Caribou Lou's, and then it becomes Caribou Lou's every drink after that.
Switch over to the alcohol.
Yeah, and so now my boy Jay, this motherfucker is from Cali. He's very hood, and this motherfucker can drink. I don't know how he does it. We're kind of about the same build. It's like this dude is just a bottomless pit for alcohol. I'm not. So after I feel comfortable saying after 5 Caribou Lou's, I'm like, okay, I'm nice and toasted. I'm nice and sauced. I'm ready to go. Around this time I'm ready to go, I get a text from the boo thing. She's like, hey, come to Parrot's Head. So the boo thing is like, hey, I'm at Parrot's Head. Come through. Me, off the sauce. I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I tell my boy Jay, I'm like, hey, yo, she wanted me to come over to Parrot's Head. He's like, all right, I see you, Playboy. You know?
Parrot ain't the only thing in head.
I'm already sauced off of 5 Caribou Lou's and the one beer that I probably had. Oh, yeah. I scratched that. Let's add on to that because I know I had Hennessy. Because he likes Hennessy and I like Hennessy. So
Is
of
it
course we
Hennessy
had
or
Hennessy.
henna? I don't see no more.
Henna, I'm blind.
Henna.
Right.
Yeah, so there was some Hennessy along at Fast Eddie's. So anyways, I'm already fucked up. He drives us to Parrot's Head. We continue to drink. He continues to party because that kind of was just like a wake up call for him at Fast Eddie's.
He was like, bet, thanks for the driving.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sober
I'm
now.
there. I show up. I meet Boo Thing. She could tell I'm obviously like,
She's like, hey,
the sauce is the boss. The
hey,
sauce
is
the boss.
I thought we were just cool, but all
yeah.
right.
And so we're outside in the patio area of Parrot's Head. I'm starting to fall asleep.
Oh no, dude.
Security comes through and they're like, hey man, you got to get out of here. And I turn, I'm like, no, dude, I'm just trying to hang out with my friends. Just like, I just need to like rest my eyes for 10 minutes and then I'll be good. Which I'm sure was true. All I need is just 10 minutes
Sure.
to rest.
Except for you tell that to like a guy, a bouncer trying to get you the fuck out of here. And he's like, bitch, that's why you gotta leave.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not seeing yourself. You're probably there all hung.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
10 minutes, bro?
Yeah.
Looking
This
faded
is
as
true.
fuck.
This is both
you're
actual
probably
fuck.
looking like ass.
And so I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to hang out here. My friends are here. They're watching me. Let me sit for 10 fucking minutes with my eyes closed. And he's like, nah, you gotta get out of here.
Sucked later. Chill the fuck out,
He's like,
dude.
you gotta get out of here, bro. So they start escorting me out of Parrot's Head. They escort me to the bar because I still gotta close my tab. I guess I had some more drinks while I was there. And then the whole time, I am talking shit to the bouncer that's kicking me out. I'm signing for my tab, and I'm talking shit to him, flipping him right off to his face. I remember bits and pieces of it, but I was told the rest the day after, right? So yeah, and from what I hear, from what the story goes, they were telling me that the bouncer was ready to fight my ass, like straight up from how much shit I was talking.
Oh, no, dude.
And I'm like, dude, like, I'm there signing my tab. I'm like, man, fuck this motherfucker right here, man. I'm just trying to hang out with my friend, you know, like flipping them off as I'm signing my tab, you know, pissed off and shit. So yeah, I end up getting escorted out. I end up getting driven back to my apartment. Boo thing drops me off.
Oh, thank God she came with you.
Yeah.
If she didn't, I would understand why you'd be so vibrantly pissed.
No. I guess I was still pissed because she just dropped me off and then probably went about went about her. I remember seeing my apartment neighbor. He's usually going outside smoking a cigarette and stuff. And I remember just being like, hey, man, what's up? Walking up the stairs to my apartment, and that's it. Next thing you know, next day, I wake up. I'm on the floor. My pants are half down. My pants are half down, and I have to go to work. It's my 7 a.m. alarm that woke me up from my drunken stupor, pants half down, to go to work.
Is this a good pants half down?
I was on the floor. I couldn't tell you, dude. Just my pants were half down. I wasn't. Oh, no. My bed was 3 feet to my right. I wasn't in it. I closed the door. Fell.
Hey,
pants half down.
Sometimes we don't make it. To
bed,
shit, dude. I don't even think I would have had the energy to do that. You know, that takes a good amount of mind power.
Oh yeah,
you know,
mentally stimulated.
Yeah, and so I show up to work just hungover. My hair is not done. I smell alcohol on myself. I didn't shower.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't shower
because I just had to. Like you might as well just be showing up with your pants half down.
Dude, we went out to drink right after work, so I was still in my work clothes when I woke up the next day.
Pulled up and went
yeah, so essentially, I just pulled them shits up, splashed some water on my face, went to work.
Oh, they call that a whore bath,
dude. And then.
Yeah, bro.
That's your whore bath. You just kind of splash some water.
All my coworkers are looking at me. They're like, "Dude, you all right?" And I'm just like, "Whoa, what?" My boy Jay, he's like, "Hey, bro, what happened to you?" Like, I'm like, "Dude, like, what happened to you? Like, what happened after Paris said?" He's like, "Oh man, I was hanging out with these girls. We went to the strip club after." I'm like, "Motherfucker!" Like, I got kicked out. The bouncer was trying to fight me. Boo thing left me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And yeah, and so I just the next day is me having people text me telling me what the fuck I was doing the night before. And all this started just drinks after work.
Like, hey dude, why were you helicoptering in the parking lot in front of Parrots? And you were like, bitch, no, what? Is that true?
Straight up, I didn't even know I had seen my neighbor until he had told me the next day. He's like, hey dude, are you alright? I'm like, oh shit, dude, did you see me last night? He's like, yeah, dude.
He's like, absolutely.
He's like, yeah, dude, like.
He was like, I saw you last night and I've seen you many times before that and it was not the same thing.
He's like, I said, what's up to you, dude? And you were kind of just like, oh no. And then you went upstairs, bro.
You became the bridge troll, dude. You were like, do not cross.
Man, the last time I can remember getting really fucked up in your apartment was him and Eddie were on this whole they were watching Lost. And they were on this whole, like, we're going to binge Lost.
Every time we get lost, we take a drink.
Every time we got... So I showed up with a bottle of whiskey. Because I was just all like, I want to drink with my boys. And they're just like, all right, bro, anytime you can't follow what's going on in the show, you got to drink a shot. And so I'm like, you know, big bets. Like, I'm going to drink this bottle of whiskey with my boys tonight. It's going to be fun. It was not fun. I walked in on this show mid-run already. And, like, I'm completely like, so what's happening? Take it. Like, anytime you ask, like, wait, what? It's like, take a shot. Yeah. Take a drink.
And we were on the same page because that show is kind of, it stays true to its name. It'll leave you lost.
Fucking lost.
We look at each other. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking lost.
I've been trying to watch it, but I've been, like, playing some episodes and then just kind of going to sleep.
Stop at season 4.
It's trash TV, bro.
Stop at season 4.
But it made
I haven't watched enough for it to even matter, but I think I'm in season 2.
Just stop at season 4, dude. Anything past that just doesn't fucking matter. Period.
For one hell of a drinking game, because so next thing I know, I'm like, I'm lost. I just kept saying,
He's like, dude, I'm fucking lost.
I don't know what the fuck's going.
I mean, we turned able like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on either. Hey, so in which we all drink,
drinking a shot.
We get wasted.
Yeah, after a while, I'm drunk and I'm still watching the show, but I'm fucked up, so I'm just like, bro, what? And they're like, dude, you gotta drink it. And I'm like, I don't even want it. The rules are the rules, baby.
Hey, dude.
I woke up naked in Eddie's apartment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I woke up butt naked in Eddie's apartment the next morning with my clothes all over the fucking apartment.
Oh, I do.
And
know that.
even Eddie walks in and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That's how I woke up to Eddie walking in and going, "What the fuck are you doing in my bed?" And I was like,
"Why is your dick out, bro?"
Eddie, I'm naked, bro. Help me find my pants. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, the last thing I remembered was coming to, and your mom being like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm so hungry," and she made me breakfast. At like fucking 4 in the morning. Love. At like 4 in the morning, your mom made me like toast and eggs. And
Did you have your pants on at least?
During that, I'm sure. But I don't know what led me...
Are you sure, though?
I don't know what led me to go to Eddie's apartment and just be like, bro, let me in.
I think he went to use the restroom, clothed, and then when he came out of the restroom...
He was like, I gotta shit, and all these clothes are in my way.
He was disrobed.
I'm just trying to poop so hard.
Yo, straight up, I think we might have just, like... I think we might have bathed you.
I don't know, bro. I don't remember any fucking...
I think we might have run some water, some cold water.
He just kept saying, I'm lost, and y'all were like... Fuck, Abel, just shut up. We'll put you in the bathtub if you need to.
But
stop saying that. We're drunk too. We know that you're drunk, but fuck, we're drunk too.
He's pissing on the side of the toilet. He's missing. He's like, oh, my dick is lost too. My aim is lost.
Oh no.
Bro, why are you downstairs butt naked, bitch? I'm lost.
J.J. Abrams.
My neighbor called. He said that you're lost, so get back here and let's drink real quick.
What's behind the door?
How did you know what's in here? It's my neighbor's house.
What's the deal with the smoke monster?
I keep
Drink.
Weed. Go away. It was bad, man. It was bad.
That sounds fucking wonderful, actually.
Do you remember why you were fucking blacking out drunk at Dead Horse when I showed up and you were like, they haven't cut me off?
They haven't cut me off. I was probably heartbroken, to be honest.
So I was supposed to meet up with this dude early in the day, and we were supposed to go out day drinking.
Right, sure.
I got caught up in some bullshit, and fucking he was still living here, so he walked downtown to the bars. I was like, all right, well, bet I'm gonna park my car. I'm gonna park my car at your place, and I'm gonna come meet you. And he's like, dude, I'm at the bar right now, turning up. Like, come through right now. And I'm like, I can already tell this guy's excited, like he's been drinking.
Oh yeah, of course he's excited. He's been drinking, dude.
Mm-hmm. So I walk my happy ass from his apartment to the fucking Dead Horse. And as I'm walking into the bar, he sees me, just lights up. Dude, I've been drunk as fuck, and they have not cut me off. I'm at the door. He's just yelling this shit. They haven't fucking cut me off,
man. The fucking door guy's like, oh shit, we need to cut this guy off. So I'm walking up. I'm like, bitch, how fucking drunk are you? They won't let me order a drink, and then they come up to him like, you're cut off, and he's like, oh, what? And I'm just sitting there fucking holding my head like, nigga, I walk in and you just scream, I'm drunk as shit, and they have not cut me off. That's the first fucking thing he says to me. Oh no, dude. That's not good. That's not a good thing to
So
yell.
what
do? We get kicked out and we go to the next bar down the fucking street.
I remember where I was standing at that bar too. I remember where Abel came in and I saw him. Abel, I'm drunk. They haven't cut me off. Come over here.
I got you. Let me get you a drink. And he tries to like, you're cut off. I'm like, well, can I get it? And they're like, no, you're with him. No, I'm like, I just walked in. Like, fuck, he's drunk. I'm fucking sober. This is bullshit. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, well, let's go. We walk out and I'm like, well, fuck you. I need a drink. We're going to the next bar. Yeah. They don't know you're drunk. Shut the fuck up. Let's go get wasted.
Meanwhile, Rye Guy's like, yeah.
Well, it probably sounded like, I'm coming up.
Abel! You just cut me off! And they're like, oh, That's a sign. That's certainly a sign that we need to do our goddamn job.
I remember there was a night where I went out. It was me, you, Eddie, and Jason, and we went and did whiskey.
God damn it! Drinking with Jason was something else, dude.
Dude could pound the fucking.
Drinking with Jason was something else.
Well, he liked the whiskey was the thing too. He liked actually drinking shots at bars, which I don't recommend. Drink beer at bars. Don't drink fucking alcohol.
Well, I mean, you do it all the time.
Oh, do you remember we were walking out of Fat Boss one night? It was me, you, Ed, and Jason. We're walking out, and you were getting into some shit. Like, you were, like, telling me off or some bullshit and getting on my fucking nerves. And we're walking out, so I go and jump on your fucking back and take you down to the ground. Next thing I know, our shirts are off. We're in the middle of fucking Chadburn. And we're all like, well, what's something? Well, like, shirts off. And then, I don't know what the fuck happened, but then Eddie and Jason have their shirts off.
Oh, yes!
And then next thing I know, we're all slapping each other with our shirts. Yeah.
We're all shirtless.
In the middle
and we were
of the
smacking
fucking
each
street.
other with our shirts.
In the middle of the fucking street. How did we not go to jail?
I do remember that. Fuck, dude, I do. See, that's why I'm glad I have you around, because my memory's kind of shit.
I remember that as being like, I remember you pissed me off and I jumped on your back and that escalated. The next thing I knew, me and you had our shirts off and we're like, well, what's up? And then I don't remember what happened. And the next thing I know, we all had our fucking shirts off. We're in the middle of the street and we're hitting each other with our fucking shirts. Like we're fucking 5 years old and shit. And all I remember thinking is like, we are going to jail tonight. Like, this is it. I'm going to get locked up for being way too fucked up in public.
Yeah.
No, we walked away from that fucking. We walked away from the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember that.
Escalate pretty high.
God, I'm glad we don't really do that no more, dude.
We wouldn't. We able to. We'd get in trouble. We'd fucking be throwing up in the middle of the street and blacking out and shit.
When was the last time you threw up?
The last time I can remember.
Recently.
I was watching that last Canelo fight over at Payday's place. Everything was cool up until
Abel drank too much, I'm certain.
No, well, so we're watching the main event. It's Canelo versus some dude, and so it's a championship.
This guy's getting
fight.
paid to lose.
It's a fucking championship fight. You expect, everyone's all guns blazing. Third round in, the fucking other corner throws in the towel. I got mad as shit. My fighter lost, and our bet was I had to slam down some shots of Crown. I was mad as shit, so I fucking unscrewed the bottle and just go. And yeah, I paid for that. I paid for that very dearly.
Wow, so that was recently.
Yeah, that was about 2-3 weeks ago.
That's.
But up until that, I haven't puked from drinking at all. Like, I can't even recall.
Okay, but that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But, I mean, again...
That wasn't even a fortnight.
I was in my feels and got a hold of a bottle.
We're still under the same moon, Abel.
Bro, we're all God's children.
Sir Matthew?
Oh, are we about to drink these shots of Crown Royale?
Yeah, why don't you tell the listeners about
It's Canadian whiskey.
Just some of this here. Canadian whiskey. It's
eh?
a classic. Matt doesn't want it, but he needs it. Alcohol is the fuel for this show.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
this is certainly true. My head is heavy as fuck, and I be just
The one in his
down.
pants.
Damn, boy. Damn, ladies.
Ooh, that was good.
Whoa.
I like crown.
Ooh, yeah, that wasn't bad. That actually wasn't
I like
too
Crown.
bad.
Warm crown.
It's real solid.
Woo. Oh, it takes a sec.
That was bad for me.
We wrapping up?
It was really bad for me. It was bad for me.
Oh, in any case, Matt, when was the last time you threw up?
Could quite possibly be tonight. Hold on. Actually, it's been too long for me to actually remember the date. I will say the most recent time that I almost threw up, I went over to my buddy Bobby's house. This was like 2 or 3. It was St. Patty's Day, the night of St. Patty's Day, and I didn't get off work until like fucking 1 in the morning. But we went over there, we drank, and we were drinking some Jameson whiskey. It's some very good whiskey.
Agreed.
Yeah. We drank probably half that bottle between me, him, and 2 others. within the first like 30, 45 minutes. So we were violently taking a few shots. In the meantime, I was trying to like drink some beers to like be alive. And yeah, I was pretty drunk. So I hung out there and I kind of put a halt on my drinking because I was like, hey, dude, if I keep pounding these beers like I am, and if I keep taking these shots like y'all motherfuckers are, I'm going to be way too trashed, right? So the next round of shots came. I was like, no, thank you. I'm good. You know, I kept going. I was just drinking my beer. It was about 5 in the morning because we had got off at like 1 in the morning. We kept drinking till about 5. And I was like, hey.
5 a.m.?
Yeah.
God, those are long fucking nights, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was quite drunk.
The alcohol will put some pep in your step.
It did. Also, the way that my work schedule works is I've been on nights, so I've been working from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I was kind of trying to, I'm trying to be awake all night, right?
Yes.
And that was like a really good excuse to just fucking drink all night, I guess. I don't know. It was a great idea. So anyways, I did all that, and then about 5 in the morning, I was like, all right, fuck you guys, I gotta go. And they were like, do you want to take another shot? And I was like, absolutely fucking not, I'm leaving. And I left, and I stopped by Whataburger. Of course. So I went to Whataburger, and I ordered 2 sausage, egg, and cheese taquitos. They call their burritos taquitos, because I don't fucking know why. I don't know why they do that, but they're burritos, because they're wrapped in a tortilla. And taquitos are a corn tortilla, okay? So it's a flour tortilla burrito. And I got 2 of their breakfast on a buns, 2 of them Bob's, right? I got 1 bacon, 1 sausage, because I wanted to try the sausage ones.
You're a man of substance.
Of course, yeah. I ate all 4 of those and some hash browns.
That's a lot of fucking food.
Yeah,
by the time...
Yeah, dude. By the time 6 a.m. came around, I was very full, very potent. And I did kind of want to like stop to vomit, but I was like, nah, bitch, I just bought all this food. I'm going to eat it with my mouth and I'm going to keep it down. So I went to sleep. Well, at 6 a.m., I fell asleep. I woke up at about 11:30 in the morning, which is way too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too early, certainly. And I woke up and I had violent heartburn, dude. I was like, God. There's no way to get rid of this except for vomiting. But I had my daughter that night. Yeah. So I was like, my daughter's still sleeping. I just need to take ibuprofen and shut the fuck up and go to sleep. So I chugged like fucking 2 bottles of water and just went right back to sleep. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And then I woke up and actually my heartburn was gone. It was kind of miraculous. However, the most recent time that I vomited, that would have been the time. That should have been the time. I just didn't want to give up on all that sweet Whataburger breakfast that I ate and paid for.
Yeah,
true. It was like $20.
It would have come out the same way.
That I just shoveled to the dome. I was like, hey, I can dig a whole ditch, but am I going to eat the dirt? Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. And I did.
Man.
So, before that, I don't know.
We've reached the end of our show. How are you feeling?
Wabbledy dabbledy. It's your boy Big Swaggedy. I fuck your bitch until she raggedy.
100.
Hey, before we go, would you like to drop a freestyle for us? A little snippet before we
If y'all drop a beat.
All right, I got you.
Yo, just make it consistent. Just make it steady. Just make it steady.
I got
I'll drop in with the add-ins.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, a little bit faster. Like, yo, I know I'm pretty on the mic like that. I'm pretty like pretty boy Floyd in the motherfucking fight. Oh, I fuck all night. Yeah, I'm fucking right. Yeah, you got it right. I'm talking about correct. Come through, I might make this motherfucking fist connect with your neck. I flex. Big baby flex, boy, I stretch. I'm talking about the wallet. Damn, I got the motherfucking shot and I'ma call it. Damn, on the court like I've been motherfucking ballin'. I'm flawless like a motherfucking diamond. Oh, I'm shining. I don't give a fuck cheap how I'm rhyming. I do it with impeccable timing. Ooh.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all mental practices.
Fantastic. Well, how was your experience on the show, man?
Dude, I fucking love podcasts.
Will you plug everything that you do right now, please?
So, currently I'm putting out some of my edits and designs. You can find that, well, you can find my Facebook page, Dlx Vzn. Facebook page.
Vision.
Deluxe Vision is how it's pronounced.
Nice.
YouTube, type in Dlx Vzn. I'll be the first fucking result that pops up.
That's hot.
That's what it is until it ain't.
Fire.
So, yeah, you can peep out my videos. You can, I'll have links to my clothing in the description of my videos. You know, a little bit this, a little bit of that. None of that whack, but all of the crack.
What kind of content are you putting out on your channel, man?
You know, it's a variety channel, so really just whatever I want. I try to do gaming videos, but gaming is actually fucking hard because it takes a lot of mental fucking power. God damn it, dude. And to make it entertaining, at least, you know, that adds an extra layer onto it. And my channel is Deluxe Vision. If you want to go to your search bar, type in D to the L to the X to the V to the Z to the N. I'll be the first motherfucking result that you find. My latest video is a reaction to Go Zoo. I don't know if y'all need it. God, that movie fucked me up, dude. And it's 2 fucking hours long. 2 hours of fucking mental torture.
Is that Godzilla versus Goku?
No, it's fucking sense versus nonsense, and nonsense wins. It's one of those movies that makes you feel dumb for trying to make sense of it.
Sure, for sure.
And so, yeah, and being that it's a variety channel, I do what the fuck I want because that's kind of what I've always done, and I will continue to do so.
That's what we advocate here. Do what the fuck you want. If you ain't doing what the fuck you want, listener, then you ain't doing it right.
Power to the motherfucking people. Power to my peeps. Like I said, the slimes and the slimettes, all y'all feel the motherfucking energy coming towards you. The blessings is going to rain down upon y'all. Reap them. Scoop them. And then sow.
The brimes and the brimettes as well.
And then harvest.
Once again, guys, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for any side business that y'all do with any of our guests. Though we do not want you to love our guests more than you love us, we still love you for loving our guests. Every time that you like one of our guest videos, we're there. We're there clicking the finger with you as you would yourself. And anytime you click a link in our fucking videos, I don't fucking know. You're doing great, and we love you. And we love our guests. We love to give all this business to y'all. We look to the future to look better, to do more for you. And y'all don't really deserve it, but we will do it for you. And we will come to your people. Whenever you're having a bad dream, it's not that you're having a bad dream, it's that you're having a dream that we're trying to invade. It's a dream that we're trying to get inside of. We're trying to be a part of your dream, because we want to be everything that you are. And we are everything that we are. However, we're trying to expand, and you're not. So get up on your fucking shit and do better. And we love you. This is 2intheAM.
I'm trying to stick my dick in your pineal gland. You understand me?
Yeah. Also, I'm going to be in there too, so get a double fuck in your pineal gland. Love you.
Thank God you for module.
Listening. Yeah, the God module. Thank you. So come again, and come 10 times. God. We'll come every time that you come. And that's big facts. Thank you. On God, no cap. No capitalism here. We're coming at you from the basement in the underground, of the tunnels, of the sewage, of the everything, bro. We're here. We're out there. We're trying to get at you. And if you're listening, thank you.
As this man said before, we're trying to be that WAP podcast. We're trying to give you guys that wet ass pod. And we just love doing what we do. And if you guys appreciate it too, let us know. Give us a holler back. Shoot us an email, 2intheAMpod@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Just let us know. Give us some input. Let us know how you feel. We have a Facebook page as well. You also have once again, we have a Dlx Vzn here, Dlx Vzn. Look him up on YouTube. Just
It's been plugged.
any time that you guys need any kind of content, we're going to bring it to you. Whether it's us, whether it's somebody else. We're going to give you guys what you need because that's what we're about here at 2intheAM. Fulfilling needs. Take it easy.
Drink it.
Hey,
rolling chair's
Matt,
been
can you
rolling over
freestyle?
my balls.
Can you freestyle? Hit me with some.
Beans on my dick.
Like-
Your girl's giving lick. I put my butt in you. No.
I like it.
Y'all got anything? I only got the first.
Give me a beat. 2intheAM. It's Abel and Matt. One's really skinny and one's really fat, but in the pants. We'll leave it to guess. It's
That's not
medium
true.
size Matt and Abel, the prince. Rapunzel, let down your hair while I climb up and get all up in there.
I don't even hate that, bro. That was just too good. How are you the best rapper I know with my whole life?
I'm his favorite rapper ever. This guy right
What was
here.
that line
Oh,
I
that guy's
dropped?
dead, huh?
I said, it's my boy Abel. Stay connected like it's cable.
But that's not true, bro, because anybody who has cable knows that it's not very good.
Yo, me and Abel was watching cable earlier today. Ask him about it.
Oh man, bro, ridiculous.
Me and Abel's watching cable,
Ridiculousness.
and we were watching Dungeons and
Look.
Dragons, big
look.
table.
Me and the boy Abel was watching cable. The horses ain't in the back because they ain't in the stable. Ooh.
Ooh! I gave you everything. What do y'all got?
Matt's over here probably playing Fable. Ooh. I was playing Animal Crossing, had to say what's up to Mabel. Woo.
Shit.
This guy just spilled beer on my motherfucking table.
Damn!
Poured beer on my dick and also on the table.
Woo.
I had to spill beer to summon the
He
gods
about to
of
forget
wrath.
his own name. On his chest, he's got a label. Woo! You know, because you forget your own name. You got to write it down.
I've never. Nobody will ever know.
Oh, close it out, man. Go ahead. You can hit stop now.